Hi there, and welcome to Still Learning. I'm your host, Fortune Fowle. And if you're new here, welcome to a space that's about progression, not perfection. The fact that we are becoming people, which means we have not arrived at who we're meant to be, but we are just getting to our destination. And so I invite you into this space and happy Still Learning Monday. I hope you guys this week is off to a great start. If I'm going to be honest, this week I feel like I have been processing one single question. And when I tell you guys this question, you're going to be like, girl, you okay? Like, why would this be the question you're processing this week? And that question is, why am I not blaming God? And I know that sounds crazy. Like, what kind of a question is that? Like, why would you be processing that? And should we be blaming God? Like, where is this coming from? This question just stems from me being in my quiet time with God and really sitting back and being like, I have been kind of going through it these last couple of weeks, and I have been dealing with some struggles. And to be even more honest with you guys, it's the fact that I did not realize in this season in my life there would be things exposed to me in a way that would reveal to me that I'm not as far ahead as I thought that I was, and that there is more work that needs to be done. And not that I thought that I didn't need to still be doing work, like I know that, but I think for me, it's more so the fact that in specific areas of my life where I thought I had grown so much, leaps and bounds, maybe wasn't leaps and bounds, but what actually was just inches of growth. And I think right now I'm in a space where I'm being challenged in a way that I haven't been challenged in a really long time. Like, it has been a while since I've been a beginner. It has been a while since things didn't feel like they came naturally to me. It's been a while since I've been new to something. It's been a long time, and now I'm in this space, and it has revealed to me the ways that I need to be better for myself and show up better for myself. And honestly, that can be really frustrating, having to sit with that and sit with that truth and realize, okay, there's still more work that needs to be done. And I thought I've been making all this progress. And not that progress hasn't been done. I am proud of myself and where I am now and who I'm becoming, but it just shows that there is so much more ahead. And there is still different ways that I have to keep pushing myself to become better. And so for me, I really come to understand that, every time I ask the Holy Spirit, help me grow in the fruits of the Spirit: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self control. I find that a lot of the times I'm really making that prayer and thinking about other people, like how I can be more patient with other people, more kind to other people. But honestly, that also applies to myself. How can I be more kind? How can I be more patient with myself? And so in sitting in that and dealing with that, and I have honestly been getting better at doing that each and every single day. But for me, I was like, wow, I'm in this position where I'm being exposed to myself in this way and be having to be vulnerable in this way. And I'm not someone where vulnerability necessarily always comes so naturally to me. Like, me and vulnerability, we're not locked in. We're like distant cousins. Like, we are trying to go from distant cousins to close cousins, and it's a day by day process because being vulnerable is a lot. And for me, that's just something that I always kind of struggled with and increasingly am getting better at. But in saying that, I was like, I'm getting frustrated. I'm dealing with these struggles, but why aren't my frustrations affecting my relationship with God in a negative way? Because when I think about it, the only reason why I'm even in a space to have to be honest with myself and have to now do this work is because God has placed me here. He's placed me in a place where I have to be transparent, where I have to really look inward and realize the ways that oh, yeah, you got to get better at this. You got to get better at showing up for yourself, encouraging yourself, believing more in yourself and what you're capable of. And you have to start putting in that work. And you actually aren't this super far ahead human being that you thought you were. And unearthing that level of pride, because it was a little bit of pride in there. I'll admit that. I'll be honest. There was that little bit of pride in there, and he is unearthing that. So why am I not going frustrated? Because God's having me have to be honest with myself. I'm like, hey, like, slow down. Can I just be in this perfect little bubble where I'm doing great, my progress is going great, and there's nothing to really work on, right? And no, and that is now how God is. And I'm grateful for that. But in that, I'm like, why am I grateful instead of resentful? And again, I know that sounds crazy. It's like, girl, shouldn't you just be happy that you're not bitter? Shouldn't you just be happy that you're cool with it and cool with being stretched and being thrown in this way? But for me, I think it's important to process the why, because it helps me understand actually where I am at in my relationship with God. Because I do think it's almost human to want to blame someone else, want to blame anything else, honestly, when we're going through hardships. And especially as believers, as Christians, and I can't testify to everyone, but I know that in the past, I used to blame God when I was going through a hard time. Like, why me, God? Why do I have to be dealing with this? Why is this happening? What did I do wrong? And really just that would make me be distant from God instead of really seeking Him in it. But now I'm in this space where my frustrations are actually causing me to lean into God and seek Him further and trust Him more rather than push me away from Him. And I just want to sit in understanding, when did that happen? When did that transition happen? How did I get here? And what has allowed me to really trust God in this way where now I have peace and I have joy in my struggles and my hardships. And actually, I'm delighting in my frustrations. I'm delighting in being stretched and cold. That does not make sense. How did we get here? And truly grasping onto that truth. Like, when did we get to this point, God? Where are we at now? Doing that check in with Him and seeing how He has been molding me over the years. And I think it really started when I became really intentional in my walk about 2 years ago to really understand who God is, to know His character. Like, I was just like, God, I don't want to just know what you can do. I don't want to just know what you can do for me. Like, that's all great and amazing. But who are you? I want to know you like how I know my family, how I know my best friends. Like, I want to know who you are. What are your likes? What are your dislikes? What do you hate? What annoys you? What makes you happy? What brings you joy? I want to know all those things. I want to know who I'm serving and dedicating my life to. Like, I want to have that understanding of you. And in doing that the last 2 years, I have come to understand that God really is just so good. He is so kind. He's so loving. He's so intentional and He's gentle. And I really have been understanding the goodness of who He is. And just, it's just that. He's just good. And He's just faithful. And in me doing that, in me seeking to understand who God is and really embracing the truth of His character, it has changed how I view my circumstances. Like, it's why I can say to my friends, God isn't defined by your circumstances. Your circumstances are defined by God. It's why I can literally be going through some hard situations in life and see like, this is good because God is good and He works everything out for my good, and really believe that. Like, not just say it because it's the Christian thing to say, but to really believe in my heart and, oh yeah, I know that to be true because I know Him. Like, I know who He is. I know Him. I know Him. Like, that made me think of the Kiki Palmer. Me when she's like, guys, I know Him. Like, that's me, but God, I know Him. Okay, and I'm so grateful and I'm so happy that I get to know Him, and every day I get to discover more of who He is and His character. It's never ending, and it's such a beautiful experience to embark on in this journey in my relationship with Him. But truly, because I've come to know His character, I'm not plagued by this feeling of feeling like he's forsaken me when I'm going through difficulties. I'm not plagued by this feeling of, oh, he's rejected me, because I know that's not true to who he is. He never leaves me. His presence is ever present, and he believes in me more than I can ever believe in myself. And he is with me always. That's simply who he is, point blank, period. There's no debate about it. And I hold on to that so tightly and dearly each and every single day. And it's been so encouraging for me. And I'm like, wow, God, this is where we're at now, where my struggles are also triumphs in this weird way. And it's just been so cool to actually sit down and process this question of, God, why am I not blaming you? Why am I not blaming you? Why am I not resenting you? Why am I not growing bitter? Because you are having me do the difficult work. You're having me do the work that isn't so fun, that isn't easy, but somehow it still comes with ease because you are peace. Like, it's such like this dichotomy that's so cool. It really is, guys. And I just really wanted to just present that here today and talk about that, because I think it's so important to really understand who God is and the impact that has on your relationship with him and how you actually walk out life and your perspectives on situations or circumstances that you're going through. In fact, in me sitting with this question, I came to this realization, guys, that God did not bring me here. He sent me here. And there is a difference. There's a difference between being brought somewhere and being sent somewhere. Because when you say you're brought somewhere, there's this level of passiveness there. There's this level of like, like you kind of ended up here. It is what it is. It just kind of happened that way. Versus being sent somewhere, it is with purpose and it's with intentionality and it's planned. Like, God planned for me to be here. He was so intentional about me being here and the guidance and getting me here. I mean, he sent confirmation after confirmation. I can't tell you guys the amount of people who literally said to me, oh, you are so meant to be there. You're going to thrive. You're going to do it. Like without me even prompting it, like people would fully say this to me, and it was God just in his generosity, because God doesn't have to confirm anything to me. Like, he's worthy of me trusting him without him bringing any level of confirmation, but he does, and he brings so much reassurance time and time again. Even before I got here, even before I ended up in this season, he showed up in this season. He's showing up, and even after this season, he's still going to be showing up. And even now in my workplace and how I've been encouraged in the shout outs he's allowed me to receive just within the first 2 weeks, it's like, God, it has to be your favor, because I'm just here. I'm just here, but I'm here with you. Like, I'm over here close to having a breakdown, close to questioning everything that's going on in my life, because I was questioning everything, guys. I kind of am still questioning everything. I'm still like questioning my life choices and what I'm doing, but even in the questioning, I'm not questioning him, because I'm so certain of who he is. And I just can't explain how liberating that is, to know that, hey, I don't know anything else that's going on in my life, but I know you. And that, honestly, if all I ever know in life is God, I'm actually exactly where I need to be. Like, I got everything together. Like, and the rest can just be a discovery. I can just keep on figuring out, because he's already figured it out. Like, I don't have to try to make everything work for me, because he's already worked it out for me. Like, he's already prepared everything for me advanced. I just gotta walk in it. I just have to trust him to lead me and direct my steps. So yeah, that's why I'm not bitter. That's why I'm not resenting him, because he is constantly putting me in position and in places where I am stretched and I am getting frustrated, but this frustration has purpose, because it leads to breakthrough and growth. Like, I wonder if plants get frustrated as they're growing. Okay, maybe plants aren't the best analogy, but think about babies. Oh, I love me a baby. Think about babies. When babies are learning how to walk, I'm sure they get frustrated when they fall down. Like, I'm sure they're like, "Oh my gosh, here I go again, falling down over and over again," but their parent picks them right back up and is like, "Try again, you got this." And eventually, no matter how many times the baby falls down, eventually they get to a point where they're walking all by themselves and they don't need any help or assistance, and the parent just gets to watch them, like, with this proud smile on their face, like, "I always knew you can do it, and now you know you can do it." Guys, that just hit me. That just hit me. Wow. I'm not gonna cry. That just hit me. Like, whew, that's what it feels like right now with God. Like, you keep falling down, but keep picking you back up. And eventually you're gonna be doing it because I always knew you can do it. And now you know you can do it. Now you know you can be the nurse you need to be. Now you know you can be the daughter you need to be. Now you know you can be the business owner that you could be. Like, now you know what I always knew. Now you can see what I always can see. And I know the process was difficult. I know it was frustrating. I know that the times that you fell down, you just wanted to stay down because you didn't want to have to deal with the fact of getting back up again just to fall down. But I promise you, no matter how many times you fall down, I'm going to be here to pick you right back up and keep on helping you walk towards where I know you can be, towards who I know you are. Just keep trusting me. Like, a baby tries to keep learning how to walk because they trust their parent. It's not even because they trust themselves at that point. Like, it's because they trust their parent. They believe in their parent. And like, guys, like, this analogy is really getting me because it is such a beautiful picture of how it is with God, like him as our father. Like, he is such a good father. And I really been having to let go of pride because I didn't realize how prideful I was, guys. Like, I used to think I'm like, not that I'm not humble, but I just didn't realize I needed to be more humble. Like, there's more humility that I can display in certain areas of my life and be willing to be teachable again and see that as like a source of encouragement. You're not perfect. Great. That means that you are someone who's still growing. And that means you're someone who still has somewhere to go. That means you still are not exactly who you're meant to be. And that is amazing because it means you are in the perfect position to keep on being stretched, to keep on discovering all of your likes and dislikes and all of who you're made to be. And just being able to walk that out with God and having him continue to remind me of that each and every single day, though he doesn't have to. Like, again, I really sometimes just sit back and be like, God, you really don't have to do any of this. Like, you really could just let me be me, do me, even if it's detrimental to my well-being or my mental health or my relationships. Like, you really don't have to intervene and step in the way that you do. Like, you really don't have to carry the brunt of my heartache, the brunt of my resentment, the brunt of my bitterness. Like, you really don't have to do that, but you do. Because you love me and because you believe in me and because you see me and you're willing to go through the hard things with me. So God, I'm all the more willing to go through the hard things because I'm with you. So no, I'm not angry. I'm not bitter. I don't resent God. Actually, it's the furthest from it. I think I'm just learning to love him all the more. And I really do think it's important to not forget or to allow your circumstances to cause you to forget exactly who God is. Like, he's still the same. He never changes. Same yesterday, today, and forever. And even when you go through uncomfortable seasons and difficulties and hardships, that is a truth that you can really hold on to, and that not just sustains you, but somehow, guys, I'm no longer in this survival mode. I'm starting to thrive. Like, how is that possible? Like, it's still kind like just gets me. Like, how can someone thrive when they are going through such changes and such ways that they are having to become a better version of themselves. Like, how can they thrive in uneasiness? How is that possible? And it's possible because of God. Like, I have peace because of God. I am able to laugh and have so much joy and really find this process beautiful. And I'm not just saying that to say that, guys. Like, this isn't like false optimism. Though I I do think that optimism is important and it's important to have a positive mindset and perspective. I'm not faking it till I make it. Like, I genuinely mean this. And it's because I know his character. Like, that's it. I don't even know how tomorrow's gonna work out. Honestly, I don't even know how the next hour is gonna work out. Like, I have no idea what's coming next. I have no idea how all of this is gonna unfold. I have no idea the assignments that he's gonna have me fulfill here. Like, I just know there is an assignment, and every day it's just me figuring out, him showing me little by little the full picture. Even like each day I'm getting like a little puzzle piece, and I'm just like slowly piecing it together to get the full picture. I don't know any of that, but I know him and I know who he is, and that has been so grounding. And that's it. That's all I ever need to know. And that has been so great to kind of know that's where I am at now with my relationship with God, where there is so much trust in him and so many ways that I'm just like, all right, let's do it. Like, I just think I'm just so much more willing now. I'm so much more willing. Like, yes, I'm frustrated, but I'm willing in this frustration. Like, I'm not allowing my frustration to hold me back. I'm not allowing my struggles to hold me back. I'm not allowing my circumstances to hold me back. Like, actually, I don't think they're holding me back. I think they're just setting me up for greater. Like, what? Who can think like that? But God, literally, like, it's but God, where I'm like, no, 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 no. Like, my struggles, my frustrations, my hardships, no, they are not setbacks. They're setups. They're setups for me to step into something greater. And there's no and, if, but, or about it. Like, it's just simply that's a fact, that's true. Because if I truly believe God works everything out for my good, then that means everything that isn't good also has to work for my good. So they can't be setbacks, they're just setups for good to happen in my life. And I hope that through this conversation, you guys are genuinely understanding the power of knowing God's character and knowing who he is and believing in that, because it will. Like, this isn't an if, it will change how you go about life and look at your circumstances. It will shift how you receive things, how you live them out, and how you carry them. It will do that. And it will shift it in a way where it's greater and not lesser. Because if you're going through a hard time right now, if you're going through a struggle, if you're dealing with being frustrated, if you're honestly dealing with feeling bitter and resentful towards God and be like, where are you? What's going on, Lord? This wasn't part of the plan. Isn't what I thought it was going to be like. I really do implore you to surrender that to him and give it to him, because God is willing to take it on. He can take on anything you got for him. And to really actually understand this, your struggles, your hardships don't change anything about who God is. And it doesn't change his plans. It doesn't change what he's spoken over your life. It doesn't change his promises for you. It still will be fulfilled. His word still stands. The fact of the matter is, just because it isn't the way you planned it out to be, it is exactly the way he plans it out to be. And just because it isn't what you thought it was going to be, it happens exactly how he wills it to be. And that is far greater, because he, in his word, states that he exceeds our expectations, our beliefs. So God actually is going to do things you never thought were possible. He will literally do things that exceed your expectations. Dream up the greatest thing you can in your life, and God will top it. That's it. That is all there is to know. And that is what's going to see you through when you're going through these difficult times in life. That is what you need to hold on to and remember and be like, wait a minute. There is still more. There is still more. It's not over. There's still more. You've only scratched the surface. You've only scratched the surface. This is just the beginning. You haven't even gotten to the climax. Wow. Wow. This is just a preview. This is just a preview. Imagine if we suck through to the end credits. Wow. How the story is going to unfold. He knows it. All you have to do is trust in the one who knows it, who holds it, and is the author and finisher of your story. It is so worth it. When you know who he is and his character and understand the true goodness of God, you will witness it in every single situation. And you will know that, oh yeah, he's more than worthy of my trust. He's more than worthy of my surrender. He's more than worthy of me holding on to him more than I'm actually holding on to my circumstances. And that's why I have joy. And that's why I am delighting in him. That's why I haven't given up. I haven't fallen short. Like, I'm still going. I'm still here. Because there's still so much more he has for me and that he's unfolding before my eyes. And I am just grateful that I get to bear witness to the great things that he's unfolding before my very eyes. And not getting caught up in comparison, not trying to set at my own pace, but letting him set my pace for me and just trusting him every step of the way, letting him direct my steps. And truly, when you do that, when you fully lean in and press into the character of God and who he is, and you allow that to really transform your circumstances in a way that allows you to view them as setups and not setbacks, you will begin to live a life that's so much more fulfilling and allows you to further understand that everything is so intentional and so purposeful and designed for me to thrive and to have life in abundance. And it is meant for me to become great and do great things. That is what it's meant for, and for his glory. And so I really do hope that you guys have found so much encouragement in this episode and in this conversation. And that if you're going through a hardship, if you're going through a time where you are feeling a little bit distant from God, I want you to go and seek his character. Don't seek what he can do for you. Don't seek for how he can change your circumstance into one that you might find more favorable for yourself, but seek to understand who he is. Seek to understand why he is worthy of being trusted no matter what your circumstances look like. And that is what's going to be able to help you get through each and every single difficulty, every mountain that you face in life, because you know that he's greater than it all. So with that being said, I hope that you guys have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you next week for another episode of Still Learning. Bye.